up there.
Like, why
you do something?
Right.
Why you let him go up there?
Right.
That's also about that village raising. That's where all that came in. So that's what we've lost.
Yes, sir.
That's what we've lost, and that's what we got to get back.
Right. Move on. Okay, you leave the police force and you join the army. What part?
I was first administration, and then I went into criminal investigative division.
Okay.
So I did the same thing in the military that I did.
So you just started going overseas and finding people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And in fact, I was in Iraq. I was in Korea, Germany.
How was these places?
It was. I think Iraq was the most difficult because when you talk about names and trying to locate people, especially when you got a country like that, and you're trying to, now they're out here killing soldiers and doing whatever. You could have Abdullah Muhammad Saeed, but it could be, Saeed could be his last name, but it could change to Abdullah Saeed Muhammad and still be the same person. So therefore that was the difficulty in trying to bring things together.
That's crazy.
I know about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. Like,
yeah. So that was the most difficult thing because you had to investigate. Plus, I investigated military people. I mean, I've taken down 2-star generals.
Okay, now let's talk about at least one of them.
Okay.
What name? Can we say their name?
No, I can't say the name because of the military, but you're talking about crimes whereas they are either taking something, especially when you go to another country. There's certain things that you can do or take out of the country that you can't really do or take.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So when you're talking about, especially when, let's go with Iraq, there was a lot of things that people, especially when we blew up Saddam and all this other stuff. So people was taking artifacts and stuff, but you weren't supposed to take that belonged to that country. But you had people that was in position saying, I'm above the law, so I'm taking it. So then that's where we came in. It's like, no, that's right, no. Just because you are a colonel or a 2-star general, that's still that relationship between the United States and this country.
Right.
So, and then, or you have people that are using their powers as far as, I got a supply. I'm over supplies. But I'm taking a bunch of supplies and I'm using them for my personal needs as opposed to what military needs.
Right.
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
Right.
So you're looking at that.
Okay.
So that's
crazy.
That's something.
Y'all gotta stop it, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all already out in the middle of wherever the hell.
Yeah.
You know? You just.
Yeah.
Who be thinking of this type of stuff, man? I don't have time. It was hot out there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, man.
Korea.
How
was it?
Korea was nice. It was different.
What was the best place you went out of the time you being in the military? Though? Like the best place, like where you was like, you know what? When all this is said and done, I wouldn't mind coming back if I could. Like,
Iraq.
What's up? Why?
Because a lot of the things that I read about in the Bible, I was there.
That's what's up.
I was there. You know, and now reading in the Bible, saying, I was here. I was in Babylon. I was near the Garden of Eden. I was here. I was there. And I would love to go back there because one of the things that I say is if they ever got it together, it's going to be the best tourist attraction in the world. Best tourist attraction in the world because not only are you looking at things that on a biblical sense, but also you're looking at things that what Saddam has built and what he did over there. And the fact that technically they had the highest economy because they was into the gas and oil. And so you have all that's there. And that's why I say, out of all the places, I would love to go back to Iraq and see it and be there again.
That's crazy. Really get into. So, like, being a police officer, what made you go from being a police officer, lieutenant, to coming into politics?
In 1988, the Urban League came here, had their convention here.
Okay.
And President Johnny Jacobs, who was the president of the Urban League, I was head of his security. And at that point, I got a chance to not only travel with him, but then see the then council people who really cared and really worked for people.
Okay.
And I said, you know, after my police career, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to end my career with. And that's what started. So it really started back in 1988 when the Urban League bought their convention here, and I had a chance to meet people as well as the council people.
Okay, so 88, now you got the vision. What was some of the steps for like a young homie that might be trying to become a councilman, or it might be their aspiration or their dream right now. Like right now, I want to be the next councilman. I'm ready. What do you think would be a good game plan for this? Or how would they take them steps like you did, coming from where you came from, being not without the, you got to think without the backing that you had, though, the experience you got. If they just started from right here, scratch, what would be some of the steps that you would say? Or
Being involved with people. Because, as I stated, it's the people that elect you.
Right.
And once people understand that you are going to represent them, they're going to support you. And that's what it's all about. Because you also have to understand is that I've been running since 2005. And each time I ran, I had a job. And see, because a lot of times people run to get a job.
Right.
And when you run to get a job, that means that anybody can come at you and say, here's some money for you to maintain. But once you take this money, now you belong to me. So when I need something done at the council that's going to be made a decision, or state or wherever, if I want something done, you owe me because I gave you this money.
And you got to get it done.
And you got to get it done because you need
try
that
to,
job.
at least try to get
Right.
it done.
So I would have to say is it was an experience, because when I ran in 2005, I was still in the police department. When I ran in 2013, I had just came back from Iraq, but I was with the ITT Tech and University of Phoenix because I was the adjunct professor there, as well as with the Federal Defender's Office.
Okay.
It was 2009, I'm sorry. Then 2013 is the same thing.
Okay.
And then 2017, I was with the Federal Defender's Office. And because I had been running, people said,
bro, we gonna give you a spot.
let's give him a chance. He been running, he been out here, and I never really, after 2013, I stayed engaged with the community. So people got a chance to know me.
Right.
So, I kind of say it was a number of things, because not only was I engaged with the community, but then I had two opponents that had some questionable backgrounds as far as whether the people really wanted them to represent them or not.
Okay.
So all that combined, but to answer your question it's about people want to feel that you are going to represent them because that's what they're elected for. You're going to be their voice. You're going to listen to them. You're going to be accessible to them.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Okay.
The other thing is that people want to know when I vote for somebody is going to work. That's why we have such a low voter turnout. Because they're talking about now the voter turnout is going to be 12 to 17%. Well, the last really high voter turnout we had when President Obama ran in 2008.
But you know why I feel like that was? Okay. President Obama might not have personally did it. You had one of the biggest, if not two of the biggest artists musically, basically beating it into your head to go vote for President Obama. Or telling you, this is my president, this is who I represent, and I'm not letting nothing slide. We ride on him. So we voting for him. And that's why I was saying, well, President Obama kind of had it a little easier to get pushed in the door. Jay-Z, once he back you, it's kind of like, all right, your foot out there, and now people paying attention to what you got going on. Young Jeezy come and do the same thing. Beyonce do it now. This is this three cosign here. You really can't lose. You get what I'm saying?
But see, it goes back to exactly what I said. Because of them, because of the influence they had on people, their influence said, if I listen to Jay-Z or Beyonce or whoever, okay, they're telling me what to do. And if I support them and they support him, then I'm going to support who they're telling me to.
Right.
Again, it's about the people.
Yes. So,
getting you in there.
Gotta get trusted.
Right,
people,
right.
People,
it's
people,
about the people.
People,
right.
People.
Because even if not that, would he have? Well, we don't know. But it still made a big impact because they had the influence to get out there. Even P. Diddy was out there.
I'm not gonna just stop at I'm just giving you the
but it was the people
it was
again.
the small people, or I'm not gonna say them was the big people,
Right?
They small. They told
the
us small.
that they had.
They pushed it off on people, and people couldn't understand.
Exactly.
So now you watching the electoral debates when it come on, and President Obama, you hearing them speak.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you hearing them listening, you see Jay-Z on TV. Mm-hmm. So now this is the reason I want to watch that debate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but now you listening. Now you got to listen to Obama say something.
Right.
So now you in there and you 30 minutes in, you like, all right, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
No, I agree with what he's saying. Like, he should do that, or he should do that. And then, I mean, if people wanted that, that's what I think, like, as far as councilmen or anybody, if you really want to reach people and you want to talk, you got to go into the neighborhoods, talk to I'm not going to say talk to the artists or the rappers in that neighborhood, because you might not want violence. And we understand you can't promote that, but those are the people with the influence. Touch the people in your city with their influence. You get what I'm saying? And most of the people in these cities with bigger influences are younger than anybody. T Grizzly is a big spot for us in Detroit. You know what he could do if, Councilman Roy and T Grizzly did an event together, it would be like, oh, he actually do want to be with people. Okay, well, we going to shoot it right here on 6 Mile. All right, now that's even bigger, because now he like, hey, he got the youth. You got the older crowd. You bringing all the important people. He bringing all the younger people. Now we can talk. Now there goes dialogue. That's how you create dialogue. Because like, Councilman Roy, we need you to go take that light down off Greenfield. It never worked. You're going to be like, well, why? Why can't I just fix it? Why would I take it down? Why don't I fix it? Well, we don't need as many green lights that you got going running up 6 Mile. Can you get that done? Or get some of them taken down? Well, why? They're helping crime. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can